Changes to your lineup tonight, Coach?
Yeah, Pumple will be in playing with Kelly and Neal, and Hammond will get his first game.
And the reason for the switch up front here, obviously Phil Varone not.
Well, I think when you look at Zingle, he's played terrific, so he definitely deserves to stay in the lineup. And I think that Pumple, for me, I told him to, I'm not giving him a game. He's earned it. He's practiced real hard. He's increased his pace like I asked him to do. He's started to force himself in offensively, and he's been a lot more relentless than at the beginning. And I think he's a scorer. He's a guy that's got a knack for the net. He's got good hockey sense, but his intensity needed to go up a little higher, and it did. So he deserves to come in.
Just a question on defense. I mean, I don't get ahead of ourselves, but Chabot's still a guy who hasn't played yet. Are you still looking for
the reason's very simple. Is I don't want to take somebody out that doesn't deserve to be taken out. So it's not about him right now. It's more about the guys that are there did a really good job, and it would be wrong to take those guys out. Obviously, we're really going to try to get them in, but like I said, I can't take somebody out that doesn't deserve to be taken out.
Possibly a 7 tomorrow?
We'll see. That'll be a tomorrow question.
How big a role did you play in the acquisition of Derek Brassard?
You know what? I think the acquisitions and the scouting and all that is the credit has to go to the GM and the scouts. So yes, I did know Brassard. Yes, when I was asked, I definitely said some great things about Derek. I love Derek and Junior. I love where he's at in the NHL now. So my only input was yes, this would be a great addition, but all the work's been done by the scouts and the GM.
When you saw him, it took Derek a while to kind of get to establish himself as an NHL player. Were you surprised that there was that transition for him, knowing the talent that he has? And
well, you know what? I'm always cautious about these answers because everybody has a different pace and everybody has a different learning curve. And also circumstances around those individuals are different. So some players are outstanding players and they end up in a place where they don't get a lot of ice time. That's one thing. That's not his case. And then some other guys end up with all the ice time, but it's too much for them to handle. And then who are they playing with? What kind of family circumstances do they have at that time? So there's so many things that come into play in terms of the development of and the growth of a player that I hate to say surprised or disappointed. I've learned over time that it takes the time it's going to take for a good player to blossom, and whatever time it took Derek, I think the important part is he's there where he is now, and I thought his last 2 years were terrific. He's become a real solid two-way guy that can kind of do it all. Love his speed, love the fact he's relentless, and the thing I really like right now, he's been a really good leader for our group, and he was part of the leadership core with the Rangers, so we've acquired not just a good player, but another leader, and that certainly has helped our group grow up to now.
Coach, does Andrew Hammond fall into the same category as Matt Pumple in that he's had a good training camp and hard practice and obviously deserves this?
Yeah, we knew we were going to play two goalies in this back-to-back, so we knew that. It was just a question of which one before the other. And, after Andy's had 2 games and some practices, I felt probably time to give him a rest. And at the same time, Hammond looked really, really ready and hungry. So I think this is great. And also, if I'm not mistaken, there's family here and there's all kinds of things. So all the motivation for Hammond, but only because he deserves it. Because I never give freebies. Like if the guys don't deserve it, they don't. But he's really deserved it. So I wasn't shy to put him in at all.
Est-ce que tu prends en considération sa fiche, comme il y avait une fiche de 2-0 contre 2, c'est le genre d'affaire que tu considères beaucoup?
Non, moi je suis toujours au moment présent parce que quand tu regardes par le passé, souvent tu dis lui était super bon, oui, mais il n'est pas bon de ce temps-là, ça me donne rien de regarder le passé. C'est vraiment toujours mon moment présent pour moi. Alors c'est vraiment à propos de son attitude, son éthique de travail en ce moment est exceptionnelle, puis son calme aussi. Alors je pense que c'est une très belle opportunité pour le mettre dans le filet.
Anything different in approach? You have opening ceremonies. Tell them anything different to manage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you know what? That is something. It's just one more. It's still adversity for me. Like, it's not normal, and you got to wait. And anything that's not part of a normal routine, it's a challenge. I wouldn't say it's a great challenge, but it's something that we have to tackle. I think we've been really good with adversity in the last games, and we tackled them head on. And it's the same here. It's just, you know, we got to wait a few more minutes. We know there's gonna be a big hype. We know they're 0-2 now, and so they're coming out as hard as they can. So we have to be ready.